The whole process itself has been a lot of growth. And for me, I thought, oh, this would be great. Mark is going to grow in his faith and things are going to be just really good for him. And then God surprised us, or surprised me, and really the gift has been for me. And deepened my faith, changed our relationship, deepened that relationship, and made me more aware of even just the covenant between Mark and I and God. So it's been a beautiful transformation. It's really been something.
I have been thinking a lot about the sacrament of marriage, because that was also this month, 31 years ago, and how our marriage has evolved into this beautiful role and ministry of Paul becoming a deacon and myself becoming the wife of the deacon, and just what that means, and what a beautiful gift that we've been able to give to God through our marriage. It's exciting.
Well, I know when Aaron first came to me and talked about wanting to go through this process, I knew instantly that he would be really good and that he was destined to do this. I also knew that I was not destined to be a deacon's wife. I have been the one that has been dragging my feet the whole time. I don't feel ready. I didn't feel like I could be ready. And at the time, I thought, well, I've got 5 years to get my act together. I've got 5 years to really figure out my relationship with God versus my relationship with Aaron, and just kind of decide, or I don't know. I felt like I was up against a brick wall. It was me, this brick wall, and God, and I didn't know how to get through it. And by Aaron becoming a deacon, part of me felt like maybe this would help me get over the hump, but part of me felt like there was just too much pressure. I just felt a lot of pressure to be something that I didn't know I could be. But knowing how important it was to Aaron, and knowing how good I knew he would be at it, I just really wanted to give him my full, just do what I can to, I guess, get on board and but I was content being Aaron's wife. I didn't know how I'd feel about being Aaron, the deacon's wife, and that made me really uncomfortable for a long time. 5 years seems like a long time to really be able to work through something, but I thought I'd wait until the last minute. And it really wasn't up until recently that him and I went on a retreat and had just a big breakthrough where I felt like I was able to take that wall down and really fully trust in this whole process, and really fully trust in where my relationship is at with God, and where our relationship can be together, him the deacon and me just as his wife. So I pulled it right down to the wire, but I am fully on board with all of it, and I'm actually excited for him and excited for us and excited for our parish.
Relationship has changed tremendously. My dad is I should say years ago, my dad ran a business with two partners, a family ran business, electrical construction. He ran the sales part, the retail part, and he was stressed. It was really stressful on him. He would just come home, and he would just be stressed out. He'd bring his work home, so to speak, and it was difficult for him. And ever since he joined the diaconate program and started doing, what they do, which I really don't know a whole lot about, but you could tell that he started to change from the inside out, and he seems to be more serene today. Things that used to upset him don't upset him anymore. He just seems to be that role model. I talk to people regularly about my dad, and oh my gosh, I love your dad so much. He's such a great guy, and He's just been so awesome, and he does so much for the church and for everybody, and that's such an awesome thing to hear, because I love my dad, and he's just such a wonderful person. It's just been great for him. So
He handles situations a lot differently. Usually, he's become more calm. Granted, yes, you get frustrated and stuff like that, but he doesn't handle that stress in the same way that he did 5 or 6 years ago. And so I've noticed that change in him. As far as our relationship, we've always been where if one of us is weak, the other steps up and has had to hold it together, and vice versa. And it just seems to work out that way.
I think the journey has impacted both of us. Mark has gained so much knowledge through the courses that they took, online courses. So in terms of knowledge, he's gained a great amount of that. I think he already had a lot of knowledge, from his schooling years, but this just brought it further, deeper theology knowledge. And for both of us, it just enriched our faith life together, our prayer life together. Just for myself, the journey has caused me to just fall in love with my faith even more deeply.